My beloved child, tonight is not like any other night. In the stillness between heaven and earth, in the gentle breath of the wind and the quiet rhythm of your heartbeat, something sacred is being revealed. This is not coincidence, nor is it random. I myself have appointed this very moment for you. Tonight the sky does not merely wear its dark, mysterious cloak. It opens like a veil between the temporal and the eternal. For I am about to touch your eyes not merely so that you may see, but so that you may truly perceive. My child, your eyes have witnessed many things, both light and shadow, joy and tears, hope and despair. Yet tonight I will open your eyes to behold something deeper, that which cannot be seen with mortal sight. You will begin to see through the lens of the Spirit, where everything is ordered by my hand. When I open your eyes, you will discern what was once hidden, the meaning behind your losses, the blessings concealed within your pain, and the path I have woven for you out of threads of trial and tears. Do not be surprised if when this light pours in, your heart trembles. For the light I give does not merely illuminate the world around you. It pierces the very depths of your soul, reaching the places where you've hidden your wounds, your unspoken questions, and your fears you thought even I could not see. But my child, I have seen them all. I know every place within you that cries out for help, every corner thirsting for healing. And tonight, as I open your eyes, I will also open the door of your heart that the light of life may flood in and dissolve every shadow within. What unfolds tonight is sacred, for it marks a turning point in your journey. From this moment forward, you will no longer see the world as you once did. You will recognize goodness amidst adversity, my hand in every small detail, and the truth that nothing is meaningless. The events that once brought you pain will suddenly make sense, for I will reveal the reasons why I allowed you to walk through storms, why I held you back when you wanted to leave, why certain doors closed, only so that you might find a path leading to glory. My child, your being here is not by chance. You were chosen by me long before you could call my name. You are part of a design far beyond your understanding, a plan written in light, sealed in blood, and preserved by everlasting love. Your eyes will be anointed with grace, so that you will no longer look upon life with fear, but with faith. When others see chaos, you will see my hand at work. When others see an ending, you will see a beginning. When others see ashes, you will perceive the seeds of new life rising. Tonight, you are not merely witnessing a miracle, you are part of the miracle itself. The light I bestow will touch every fiber of your being, revealing that everything you have endured has been leading you to this moment. You once wondered why your prayers seemed unanswered, why my silence lingered. But my child, I was never silent. I was preparing eyes strong enough to behold what I was crafting for you, and now that you are ready, I have come to open them. You will see that my love is not an abstract idea, but a radiant reality enveloping all things. You will understand that even in your darkest nights, the light has never gone out. You will realize that I was always there amid your tears, amid the silence, amid the broken pieces. When your spiritual eyes are opened, you will no longer ask why. You will softly whisper, "Ah, now I see." You will understand that I have never forgotten you, never abandoned you, never let go of your hand, not for a single breath. And as my light floods your being, you will begin to see yourself anew. You will behold the beauty of the soul I formed, not through the mirror of the world, but through the gaze of heaven. You will see that you are no longer small or fragile as you once believed, for within you dwells the image of the Almighty. Eyes that have been opened will help you recognize your true worth, not in the praises or judgments of men, but in the divine seal I placed upon you from the very beginning. Tonight I do not merely open your eyes so that you may see, but so that you may know. Know that you no longer have to walk in darkness. Know that everything I have promised will come to pass. Know that this light is not only meant to guide you, but to shine through you, illuminating the paths of others. You are the lamp I have kindled in the night of this world. And when this light spreads, darkness will retreat, chains will break, for nothing can stand against the radiance of the living one. My child, be still and receive. Let my light fill your eyes, your heart, your soul. Do not resist this process with your reasoning for miracles. Do not come from understanding, they are born from faith. You need do nothing but open your heart and say, Lord, I am ready. When you say those words, the heavens will move, and my hand will rest upon your eyes, just as long ago it rested upon the eyes of the blind. And when I lift my hand, you will see not only with your eyes, but with your soul. My beloved one, tonight I will remove the veil that has long covered your sight. This veil was not woven from fabric or mist, but from the limits of perception, from wounds, yet unhealed, from doubts and fears that have held your vision captive. All this time you have looked at life through layers of smoke and believed you had seen and understood it all. But I tell you, my child, there is another world waiting to be revealed, a reality reserved for those whom I trust to behold it. It is not the scenery of the earth, but the vision of the heavens, where everything has meaning, and every step you take carries purpose within the plan I have designed. The light I am placing within your eyes is unlike any light you have known. It does not come from the sun, nor rise from the moon, nor is it kindled by human hands. It comes from me, the source that never fades, the eternal flame burning with love and truth. When this light touches your eyes, you will realize that what you once thought was the end was only the beginning, and what you once mourned as loss was merely the foundation for something greater that I am giving you. This light will not blind you. It will awaken understanding. It will not draw you away from reality. It will reveal reality as it truly is under my hand. Everything is being aligned toward a good and perfect purpose. My child, I know there have been days when you lived in the midst of confusion. You ask me, why can't I understand what is happening? Why do I pray and hear no answer? But tonight, as I lift the veil, you will understand that my silence was never absence, it was preparation. Just as the eyes must adjust to darkness before they can receive light, so your soul had to be refined in uncertainty before it could bear the glory I am about to reveal. The light I give is not only to guide you, but to transform you. It will reshape the way you see yourself, others, and the world around you. You will come to know that nothing in your life has been meaningless. Every tear that has fallen was a drop of rain softening the soil of your heart. Every failure that brought you to your knees was a lesson strengthening your footing. You once thought darkness was your enemy, but in truth it was the backdrop upon which my light could be made visible. When I place my light within your eyes, you will see clearly what you once only sensed faintly, that I have always been there in every moment, in every breath, even when you thought you were most alone. You will begin to see others through the lens of compassion, not through the filter of pain. You will see that those who wounded you were themselves lost souls, and instead of resentment, your heart will be moved to pray for them. When my light dwells in your eyes, you will no longer look upon things with judgment, but with understanding born of love. You will know that there are truths grasped only when a heart has been touched by grace. I give you this light, not so that you may boast, but so that you may grow in humility, for whoever beholds the divine knows they are nothing but an instrument in the hand of the Eternal One. My child, guard this light with faith, for it cannot be extinguished by the winds of circumstance or the storms of life. It is not a light dependent on ease, but a light that transcends adversity, endures through trials, and shines brightest in the darkest night. When I place my light within your eyes, you will realize that you are not merely illuminated, you are called to become the light. You will be the lamp I kindle in a weary world, guiding the way for wandering souls. The light you bear does not come from yourself. It is the reflection of my own radiance. Every time you love, forgive, and stand firm amidst the storm, it is my light spreading through you. Remember, you are not required to be dazzling. You only need to be pure, so that the light may pass through you without distortion. My child, the new eyes I give you are not meant only to see what lies ahead, but to see beyond, to pierce through time and behold what I have ordained for your future. When you see through this light, you will discern when to pause, when to move, and when to wait. The light I give will help you distinguish what is true from what is false, what comes from me, and what is mere temptation. It will protect you from wrong turns and deceptive voices that sound sweet but lead to destruction. And then you will see that this light shines not only outward but inward. It will expose the hidden corners of your soul, the unhealed wounds, the impure motives, the small ambitions that have clouded your spiritual vision. Yet do not fear when my light reveals these things. I do not shine to shame you, but to heal you. I do not expose your weakness to condemn you, but to transform you. When you allow my light to reach the deepest places within you, will feel lighter for darkness, will have nowhere left to hide. My beloved one, tonight, I am not only lifting the veil, I am opening a gate. That gate leads you beyond the limited vision of humankind into the sight of the Creator Himself. From this moment, you will see all things through the eyes of faith. You will no longer ask, "Why is this happening?" but instead, "What is God teaching me through this?" You will no longer fear the night, for you will know that your light does not depend on the Sunday. It is the light of heaven, of faith, of love, of a fire that never fades. And when that light fills you, you will carry it forth to your workplace, to homes, to weary hearts around you. You will become a living testimony that God still moves, still ignites the heart's thought long cold. Every word you speak, every act you perform will be a spark that continues the flame I have kindled in you this night. My precious child, now that your spiritual eyes are open, I will let you see what once went unnoticed. You will perceive the invisible threads weaving every moment of your life into a wondrous tapestry that only I can fully understand. What you thought were coincidences, a meeting, an event, a passing word, were all links in a perfect design. Every step you have taken, whether in light or shadow, is bound by a thread of purpose. When my light shines, you will understand that no moment has been wasted, no tear has fallen in vain. Each one tells the story of my faithfulness and love for you. I will teach you to discern between what merely glitters and what holds eternal worth. For this world is filled with false lights, brilliant yet fleeting, promising yet hollow. You were once drawn to them like a moth to a flame, thinking they were true light. But now, as your eyes are anointed, you will recognize what light comes from me and what fire belongs to men. My light does not blind, it warms. It does not boast, it humbles. It does not flare for a moment, it burns forever. I will unveil to you treasures long hidden, not the silver or gold of this world, but the mysteries of my kingdom. You will begin to see that true riches are not what you hold in your hands, but what your spirit perceives. Your treasure will not be possessions, but wisdom. Not power, but peace. Not fame, but the ability to see the sacred within the ordinary. You will learn to find blessing in hardship, joy in waiting, and glory in weakness. My child, what I am about to show you is not just visions or images. It is a transformation in how you experience reality. You will start to perceive that everything around you tells a story, my story. When you gaze upon the storm, you will no longer tremble, but hear its sermon. You will realize that the wind's strength is my way of teaching you to release what you do not need. Thunder is my reminder that my power surpasses every force. And when the rain falls, you will understand that each drop is a promise of renewal sent to the dry soil of your heart. When you look upon the desert, you will no longer see desolation, but hidden wells within. For the desert is not a place of death, it is where I dig deep within you, so that the wellspring of faith may rise. It is in loneliness and trial that you will find the living water. You will see that only in thirst do you truly seek me. And when you seek, you will discover that I was never far away. I have always been there waiting for you to look deep enough to find me, still present, amid the dust, even in the days that seemed meaningless. There will come a time when you find yourself standing in the valley surrounded by darkness with every path seeming to close before you. Yet the eyes I have given you will allow you to see what others cannot. You will look beyond the fog of trials and behold the mountain peak awaiting you in the distance. You will glimpse the dawn of victory, even amid the long night of affliction. And in that moment when you pause and lift your gaze to the heights, you will understand that every valley you walk through was never meant to break you, but to forge you, to make your faith as strong as steel refined by fire. The enemy will look at you and fail to comprehend why you walk with such peace. It will be confused because it can no longer make you tremble as before. For now you have already seen the victory even before the battle begins. You know that I have gone before you and that the outcome has been settled in eternity. You do not fight for victory, you fight from victory. That awareness will make you unshakable, enable you to smile amid the storm and lift your head high while others bow in fear. You will learn to read my language in the smallest of things. You will recognize that when one door closes, it is my way of reminding you that I am opening a better one. When someone leaves, it is because I am clearing the path for a new connection. When you are misunderstood, it is a chance for me to teach you humility and compassion. Nothing happens by accident, and no event is wasted. Everything lies within my hand, the hand that weaves the tapestry of your life with threads of purpose, grace, and love. You will begin to see life with eyes that know how to listen, not merely with your ears, but with your heart. You will hear my voice in the whisper of the wind, in the words of a child, in the smile of a stranger, and even in the silence. You will feel the rhythm of heaven pulsing through the rhythm of earthly life. And you will know that I am not only above you, but within you, in every breath, in every moment of your ordinary days. Once you have learned to see this way, you will never again be who you once were. For though the world may change and others may betray you, you will remain steadfast. The light in your eyes will keep you steady amid the storm. And while others panic, you will stand in peace, not because you are stronger, but because you have seen my hand holding both the tempest and you within the same palm. My beloved child, what I am doing within you is wondrous. I am teaching you to see with the eyes of faith, to hear with the ears of understanding, and to live in the rhythm of heaven. When you see what I see and hear what I say, you will no longer merely exist. You will truly live, and live abundantly. You will become the living proof that my light can shine anywhere, even in the darkest corners. And when others look at you, they will notice something different, not because you are radiant on your own, but because my light is being reflected through you. You will stand as a reminder to the world that faith still endures, that love remains stronger than darkness, and that hope survives even when everything seems to collapse. You will be my reflection, imperfect, yet pure enough for my light to pass through. My beloved one, the time has come. Not early, not late, but precisely in harmony with the breath of the universe, I set in motion from the beginning. Every season of your soul has been watched over by me, as a gardener tends a rare tree when sunlight was needed. I sent light. When rain was required, I let it fall. And now the seed has sprouted. If I had opened your eyes too soon, you would have seen only chaos and believed the world was against you. Had I waited too long, your heart might have grown cold and sought answers elsewhere. But now, as your heart has been softened through years of waiting, as your tears have watered the soil of your soul, I declare your appointed time has come. I, the one who holds time in my hand, know exactly when a soul is ready to behold what is deep. This moment is not coincidence, it is the intersection of promise and fulfillment of seed and harvest. Every event, every loss, every sleepless night you have endured was preparation for this very hour. I have waited for you to mature in faith, so that when the light dawns, you will not merely see it with your eyes, but understand it with your heart. The world around you is shifting. Things once thought unshakable are trembling. Voices once deemed powerful are growing silent. The kingdoms of men rise in pride and collapse in a breath. What seemed eternal is now turning to dust in the wind of time. Yet in the midst of this chaos, I am calling you forth not to fear, but to see clearly what others cannot. For while they are dismayed by the change, you will see through it and recognize my hand at work. My child, I am allowing all things on the earth to be shaken, so that only what is built upon the eternal foundation will remain. When every false value collapses, my light will blaze forth within those souls who have learned to see through faith. You will no longer be swept away by the noise of the world, for my light within you will enable you to discern what is true from what is illusion. You will clearly see the contrast between what the world calls glory and what I call splendor. Thrones built on sand will crumble, but my throne stands firm forever. Do not be alarmed when you witness turmoil rising all around you. It is not the sign of the end, but the invitation to step deeper into divine wisdom. I am renewing the world, and to do that I must shake the old foundations. Like a potter who breaks an imperfect vessel to reshape it into something finer, I am allowing the old things within you and around you to fall apart, not to destroy, but to recreate. And when your eyes opened by me begin to see, you will understand that within the breaking there is a new order forming a new season rising from the ashes. You will walk through a world in upheaval with a peace that others cannot comprehend. The enemy will try to frighten you, but he will not understand why you remain steadfast. For he sees only the storm while you see my hand directing the wind. He sees chaos, but you see preparation. He hears the screams of fear, but you hear my whisper saying, "Be still, for I am at work." You will stand as a witness to the fall of deception and the dawn of the kingdom of light. I have trained you in silence, in the hidden place where no one could see. Every wound you endured was not punishment but preparation, the refining that enables you to stand firm amid upheaval. Now you will understand why I allowed you to walk through years of difficulty. I needed your eyes to be purified, not merely to see what lies before you, but to discern the meaning behind every movement in the unseen realm. Just as gold shines only after passing through fire, your eyes of faith are now clear enough to reflect the light of heaven. You will no longer be captivated by the illusions of fame, power, or fleeting praise. You will learn to look beyond appearances and perceive the true essence within. When others admire outward brilliance, you will discern the emptiness beneath. When the world chases after false lights, you will quietly seek the eternal flame that is mine. And in that stillness, you will become the bearer of true light, a light not created by you but kindled by me within you. My child, what I am giving you is not only vision but understanding. I am teaching you to see as I see, so that you will not be deceived by what is temporary. For this world wears many layers, and only those with spiritual sight can perceive what lies hidden within. When you look at a person, you will see not merely their outer form but their soul, the place where I am still at work. When you look at a situation, you will not rush to judge, because you will know that I am always weaving good even when your eyes cannot yet behold it. This is the hour when you are called not only to see, but to act upon what you see. For spiritual light is not given for admiration, but to illuminate the path for others. As you walk through dark valleys, your gaze will bear witness that hope still exists. When others despair at the tangled picture, you will say, "Wait, for the picture is not yet complete. I will place upon your lips words that carry life, so that wherever you stand, darkness will retreat. The world will continue to change. The familiar will continue to fracture. Yet do not fear, for in all the shifting I remain unchanging. You will see new paths open, not by human effort, but by my design. You will walk with the confidence of one who knows they are protected, guided, and chosen. Every step you take, my angels will guard you, and my light will lead your way. My child, look around and see, the age is shifting. The cries of the world are but echoes of transformation. Yet amid the noise, you will hear the sound of another melody, the song of eternity, the song I am writing within the souls of those who know how to listen. You will be the one who carries that melody, reminding the world that in the midst of collapse there is still hope, in the midst of darkness there is still light, and within every ending there is the seed of a new beginning. Now, my beloved, stand tall and open your eyes. See, everything that moves is not meant for destruction, but for perfection. The time has ripened not only for you, but for the world around you. And as you walk among illusions, remember this: you carry within you the gaze of the Eternal One. You no longer see with human eyes, but with the light of the One who created all things. Walk in peace, for your eyes have seen what others have not, that though the kingdoms of men may fall, my kingdom remains forever. My beloved child, do not tremble before the gift I have placed in your hands. The light I have given you is not a burden, but a grace. Yet that grace comes with a sacred invitation, an invitation to step into spiritual maturity, where you no longer live merely to see, but to understand my will in what you see. The new eyes I have placed within you are the doorway between the visible and the invisible. But my child, when that door opens, I want you to walk through it with the feet of humility. For light without love hardens the heart, and understanding without compassion turns into a weapon. I have not given you deep sight so that you may judge, but so that you may heal. You will see the wounds of others, the pain they hide behind their smiles, the unspoken words buried in silence. You will sense the souls that are collapsing even while they pretend to be strong. But remember, you are not permitted to stand by idly. The gift I have given demands action. Draw near to them, not with eyes that scrutinize, but with a heart that understands that every soul is on its journey home to me. When you see a wound, do not see only pain. See an opportunity to love, to bind up, to restore. Your eyes will now perceive dangers unseen by others. But I do not want you to use that awareness to flee. You are chosen to be a watchman, one who stands upon the wall and warns those who do not yet see. When you notice darkness approaching, do not remain silent. Speak with courage even when your words are unwelcome. For there will be those who do not understand the light you carry, but I assure you one day they will give thanks that you did not keep silent. You will also discern my plans before they unfold. Yet be careful, this is not given for pride or display, but for preparation and obedience. The prophetic light is not granted to build a name, but to clear the path for the fulfillment of my will. You will see what is coming, but I do not want you to reveal all. Some things I show you are meant for prayer, not proclamation. Some revelations are for quiet action, not public attention. Learn to discern the time to speak and the time to be silent, what to share and what to guard within your heart. That is the spiritual wisdom I desire to plant within you. My child, this gift I have given you is not merely to bring light to your eyes, but to test the depths of your heart. You must learn to see without rushing to judge, to understand without pride, and to perceive while still holding compassion. For the light I bestow can expose sin, yet its purpose is not condemnation, it is restoration. You will encounter those bound by wrongdoing, and at times you will discern the very root of their pain more clearly than they themselves do. But do not allow this understanding to lift you above them. Remember, I too have seen your weakness, yet I chose love instead of judgment. Treat them as I have treated you, with mercy and kindness. I have placed in your hands eyes that build bridges, not walls. This world has already known too much division, suspicion, and coldness. I desire the light within you to become a bridge between wounded souls, between those who believe they can no longer understand one another. Use the discernment I give to connect, to mend, to let broken hearts recognize that my love still flows through you. When you see two souls drifting apart, be the one who brings reconciliation. When you perceive conflict, be the one who sows peace. For every bridge you raise through love is a place where I will dwell. Yet you must understand this gift will cause you to feel both joy and sorrow more deeply. You will see what others cannot hear, what others overlook, and at times bear what others cannot comprehend. There will be nights when your heart feels heavy, carrying pain that is not your own. But do not fear, for I will carry it with you. When you learn to let the suffering of others touch your heart without losing your peace, then you will begin to resemble me. My beloved, this gift is not a reward but a calling. It invites you to walk in the spirit of service. I did not choose you because you are flawless, but because you are willing. Not because you are strong, but because you know how to depend on me. Always remember, the brightest eyes are those that weep for others, that glisten at the sight of sorrow, and that close gently when I call you to rest in my embrace. True light does not come from seeing much, but from loving deeply. You will discover that this gift has the power to transform not only others but yourself. When you learn to look with compassion, healing will begin in your own soul. When you warn others with humility, I will enlarge the faith within you. When you prepare in quiet obedience without boasting, I will entrust you with greater things. This is the law of my kingdom. Whoever is faithful with little will be placed over much. Therefore do not fear when your sight reaches farther and deeper than before. This light is not meant to weary you, but to strengthen you in love. When you walk among those who do not understand you, remember I understand. When you speak words of warning, yet are rejected, remember I too was rejected. When you grow weary from carrying burdens, for others come to me, I will lift you up and teach you to see through my own eyes, eyes that never grow tired of loving. Tonight, as you close your eyes, know this: the gift is not the beginning of a burden, but the beginning of a partnership between you and me. You are not merely a receiver, you are a co-laborer with me. You will see, you will understand, you will act, but it is I who will work through you. When you walk in this light, darkness will retreat. When you speak with this wisdom, deceit will fall silent. When you love with this love, broken things will be restored. My beloved child, the gift I place in your hands tonight is not a static treasure, but a living grace, one that grows with your soul. It will become sharper, gentler, and brighter each time you use it in obedience. The spiritual eyes I give you are like a blade of light. The more they are refined by faith, love, and humility, the more radiant and penetrating they become. The more you see through my gaze, the deeper you will enter into the mysteries of heaven. For I do not grant light to those who only wish to look, but to those who long to understand and to live by what they have seen. My child, do not waste this light on meaningless things. Do not let your eyes linger on empty images, on things that glitter yet carry no life within them. Turn your gaze away from what is fleeting, for you were not made to behold ashes, but to contemplate glory. When you choose to set your eyes upon what holds eternal value in the kingdom, I will fill you with wonders that no one else can comprehend. You will see flowers bloom among stones, life rise from what once was dead, and my hand moving still in places where all hope seems lost. Remember, your eyes are the windows of your soul. Just as you guard your breath to stay alive, so must you guard your sight to keep your soul pure. The enemy knows that if it can cloud your vision, it can lead you astray without ever binding you in chains. That is why it will ceaselessly try to cast shadows upon your sight, doubts, fears, and temptations, cloaked in false beauty. It will whisper that what it shows you is truth, that darkness is the real reality, that what I have spoken is far away. But my child, do not let your eyes be deceived. My light never lies, and the soul that clings to that light will never lose its way. When the enemy seeks to distort what you see, remember this: my truth never contradicts my love. Every true revelation draws you closer to me. It never makes you proud or sets you apart from others. If what you see makes you cold, suspicious, or condescending, know that you are looking through a warped lens. But if what you see softens your heart, stirs love within you, moves you to pray and to serve, then that is the sign you are seeing through my eyes. Be cautious, my child of illusions dressed in holiness. Some things appear radiant, yet do not come from the light. The enemy is cunning. It can disguise itself as an angel bringing visions that dazzle the senses, but its goal is not to enlighten you, rather to confuse you. It seeks to turn what is sacred into a spectacle, to twist grace into a tool for pride. It will try to convince you that you are more special than others, that you deserve honor for your ability to see. But stay alert for the moment you begin to believe that the light belongs to you. You have already allowed darkness to creep in. I created you as a child of light, not of fear. Do not gaze too long into the shadows, for wherever your eyes rest, your soul will follow. If you fix your sight upon negativity, worry, or the faults of others, darkness will begin to seep into your heart and make me seem distant. But if you keep your eyes fixed on me, on love, on hope, on truth, you will remain wrapped in light. Remember, light does not deny darkness, it dispels it. A single ray of light is enough to chase away the gloom of an entire room, and I have placed that lamp within you. When you use this gift faithfully, it will grow sharper and deeper. You will perceive what others cannot see. You will discern what has not yet been spoken and sense what is drawing near. But with that gift comes a call to guard your heart in humility. Spiritual sight was never given for display, but so that you may become a vessel for my work. The more you see, the more you must pray. The more revelation you receive, the lower you must bow, for light can only dwell in a soul that knows how to kneel. I know there will be times when you grow weary from seeing what others cannot see. There will be things you long to share, but no one will understand. There will be visions that make you weep in solitude, because only you know the weight they carry. But my child, do not lose heart. In that solitude, I am closer than ever. When you do not know what to say, I will speak for you through a deep peace. When you do not know how to act, I will guide your every step. And when you feel overwhelmed, I will cover your eyes, not to take the gift away, but to let you rest within my heart. My child, let the light within you always be bound to love. When light and love meet, they become an unquenchable force. But if light is separated from love, it turns into a blade that wounds. Therefore, when you see weakness in another, look upon them with gentle light. When you witness what is wrong, remember that the purpose of light is not to expose for shame, but to illuminate the way back. When you see what is coming, use that sight to prepare, not to boast. For light does not seek praise, it only needs to shine in the right place, at the right time, that darkness may flee. The enemy will try many times to make you doubt what I have shown you. It will whisper questions into your mind. Is this real? What if I'm mistaken? Maybe I'm not worthy of this. But my child, know this: when you walk in the light, you need not fear being wrong. If you stray, my light within you will guide you back. I did not give you this gift so that you would live in fear of error, but so that you might learn to trust more deeply. When you see with a pure heart, I will correct your vision when needed. And when you feel that the sword of light in your hand is too sharp, when you fear that truth might wound another, let me teach you how to wield it. Truth spoken in love will not destroy, it will heal. Light cast with kindness will not blind, it will guide. Let me be the hand that leads yours, so that every time you use this gift, it becomes an instrument of grace, not a tool of pride. My beloved, this gift will grow with you. Each time you choose to see, As I see each time you choose love over judgment, the light within you will shine brighter. The more you walk in truth, the more revelation you will receive. And when you learn to look upon the world through my eyes, you will not only see, you will understand, you will love, and you will transform what you touch. Therefore, my child, do not fear the light within you, nor the darkness around you. Remember, darkness only has power when you forget that you carry light. Fix your gaze upon me, the source that never fades. I will teach you how to keep this lamp burning, to use it, to guide, to heal, to unveil, to love. And when the world around you dims in confusion, your sight, illumined by me, will remain as pure as the dawn when I first formed you, a child of light, born to shine in the heart of the night. My beloved child, understand that the eyes are not merely the windows of the body, but the gateway through which the soul journeys into the depths of reality. Everything you behold, visible or invisible, plants within you a seed of faith, of fear, of hope, or of despair. This is why what you allow your eyes to dwell upon will gradually shape the direction of your soul. I have given you light not only to behold the world, but to see me within it. Each time you look with light that comes from me, your soul will remain steady, untouched by the shifting winds of emotion or circumstance. If you look only at chaos, your soul will be drawn into its whirlpool of unrest. When you focus on confusion, you will forget that in my hands all things have order. For I am the one who formed the universe out of nothing. I am the one who placed each star in its course, who commands the seas to halt at the shore I appointed. I am not the God of chaos, but of order and peace. So if you gaze only upon the storm, you will see the storm. But if you look toward the one who walks upon the waters in the midst of the tempest, you will know that even the wind and the waves obey my voice. There will be moments when you look around and see only wounds within yourself, in others, and in this broken world. You may feel as though pain is the only thing that remains. But my child, if you fix your eyes only on the wounds, you will forget that I am the healer. Your eyes will grow weary if they dwell only on blood and tears. Yet if you lift your gaze toward me, you will see that where there are wounds, there are also openings for miracles. In the very places where things have shattered, I am weaving restoration. In the very places you thought were dead, I am breathing the breath of new life. Do not look upon the wounds as endings, but as the beginnings of healing. My child, when your eyes learn to see me in all things, you will enter into a peace that the world cannot give nor take away. This peace does not depend on circumstances. It flows from my presence in every detail. When others see only the storm, you will see me standing within it. When they mourn the drought, you will notice the small drops of rain, signs of the blessing about to come. When the world cries out for justice, you will perceive that my justice is quietly at work. True peace does not come from escaping chaos, but from recognizing me within it. My child, the eyes are not merely receivers of images, they are mirrors of the inner being. When you gaze too long into darkness, it slowly seeps into you. But when you fix your gaze steadfastly toward the light, that light will penetrate your soul. Just as a sailor in a stormy night needs only one star to find his way, you need only to keep your eyes fixed on me, and you will not lose your course. Do not let your vision be shaped by fear, by grim headlines, or by poisonous words. Each time you allow such images to enter your mind, you hand darkness the right to shape how you feel. Let your eyes become a dwelling place for light, not a gateway for shadow. I desire you to learn the art of seeing. There are those who look but do not see, those who see but do not understand, and those who understand but fail to recognize the source of what they perceive. I want you to become one who discerns my fingerprints among the countless moments that seem random. When you see a flower bloom, you will perceive my breath in every petal. When you behold someone's weakness, you will see your own reflection in my grace. When you witness what seems like injustice, you will sense righteousness being sown in silence. Everything around you speaks, and if you learn to listen with your eyes, you will behold my glory shining through even the most ordinary things. But my child, to see in this way, your eyes must remain pure. The eyes can only reflect light when they are free from the dust of resentment, envy, or pride. Each time you look at others with judgment, you dim the light within yourself. Each time you view your circumstances with bitterness, you distance yourself from hope. Therefore, cleanse your eyes daily in the waters of prayer, so that your vision stays clear and your soul remains unburdened by shadows. Train your eyes to dwell on what is worthy of praise, as Paul once urged, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, think about such things. Philippians 4:8. For when you turn your gaze toward what is good, you allow my light to shape your inner being. The world will never cease projecting distorted images before you fear magnified lies adorned in beauty. But I say to you, choose to see what I am doing, not what the world wants you to see. My beloved, each day I am inviting you to see anew, not with the eyes of the flesh, but with the eyes of faith. When you look at yourself, do not focus only on your flaws. See instead the work of my hands still in progress. When you look at others, do not dwell on their faults. See the potential I have placed within them. When you look toward the future, do not let anxiety cloud your sight. See my hand opening a new path before you. When you learn to see in this way, everything within you will transform. Your mind will find peace. Your words will overflow with hope, and your soul will radiate light. Remember, my child, the soul never stands still. It always moves in the direction of where your eyes are fixed. If you gaze upon despair, you will drift into darkness. But if you look upon grace, you will be drawn into the current of light. Therefore, fix your eyes on me, not only when you rejoice, but especially when you feel weak. Learn to recognize me in every season, in laughter and in tears, in triumph and in loss, on mountaintops and in valleys. When you see that I am there, you will realize that no season is wasted, no moment is lost. Child of light, let your vision be shaped by me. Do not let your eyes grow weary over trivial matters. Do not let your mind drown in fearful imagery. Look through the lens of faith, and you will find me in every breath, every grain of dust, every whisper of the wind. When you see me in all things, peace will no longer be something you seek. It will be something you carry, and you will become living proof that even as the world shifts and storms rage, there remains a light that never fades, the light of mine, shining through your eyes. My beloved child, I give you this vision, not so you may stand apart on the high mountain of pride, but so you may kneel beside the road where many have fallen. The light I have placed within your eyes is not a torch to parade before crowds, but a small lamp gentle enough to warm a trembling hand, close enough to guide a weary soul through the night. You have been set apart not to bear the title of extraordinary, but to be of use, to listen more deeply, to love more steadfastly, to serve more faithfully. For the world has grown weary of eyes that turn away, glances that pass over pain as though it were a passing headline. I want you to see, deeply to see, long enough that your heart softens and your hands know what to do. When you recognize a wound that no one has yet named, do not shrink back out of fear or discomfort. Step closer and name it with kindness. Sometimes the first act of healing is simply having someone look directly at the pain without judgment. Be present as the friend who stood beside Lazarus's tomb, not to instruct, not to debate, but to weep alongside, and only then to call the dead forth when the appointed time comes. You will see injustices lying bare like cracks across the earth. Do not stand afar and discuss them as abstract ideas. Lift your voice not to drown out others, but to make room for gentle justice to pass through. Your voice may tremble, but let it be honest. My way does not require eloquent speeches. It requires a sincere heart and feet willing to step where others hesitate to tread. And when you encounter beauty, even if it is just a leaf glistening with dew or a shy smile from a child, rejoice openly. Do not withhold praise for what is good. Joy is not the privilege of the carefree. It is the weapon of those who trust. Joy drives away despair. It lifts the yoke from weary shoulders. It reminds the world that heaven still breathes in the smallest details. When you delight in what is lovely, you are resisting darkness with a strategy that the powers of gloom cannot comprehend. I know that not everyone will understand you. Some will look into the clarity of your eyes and call it excess. There will be laughter. They imagine what they see. There will be accusations. They seek attention. My child, do not waste your breath defending what I have revealed. A seed does not justify itself. It simply sprouts. Dawn does not argue with the night. It appears. So too, do not turn your journey into a courtroom where you are the defendant and they are the accusers. Live. Persist in doing right. Persist in loving. Time will be your witness. The fruits will be your evidence, and your peace will be the most eloquent defense. Yet do not mistake service for a string of noisy activities. Service begins with presence. A cup of water offered with both hands, a softly spoken, "I am here," a small task done on time, these in. My eyes weigh as much as pure gold. Let vision become habit, a brief yet sincere morning prayer, an evening review of the heart, asking me to strain away its bitterness. A quiet hour each week, to remember to record what I have shown you, and to ask, what must I do from here? Vision does not mature through applause. It matures in the steady rhythm of obedience. My child, keep a twofold rhythm, receiving and giving. Your eyes see, your heart receives, and then your hands release. If you only receive without giving, light will stagnate into a puddle of pride. If you only give without receiving, you will run dry and grow harsh. Let me fill you through my word, through silence, through community, and then pour out where I direct toward a lonely neighbor, a group of children needing safety, a team yearning for an honest voice. Do not fear smallness. Underground springs travel drop by drop and yet nourish whole forests. When you speak against injustice, let kindness be the melody beneath your truth. Truth without gentleness paralyzes. Gentleness without truth deceives. I teach you to blend the two like rivers, joining courage and compassion. Do not borrow the name of righteousness to throw stones. Borrow its strength to lift stones from another's back. And when you are misunderstood, choose the path of the sower. Sow good words, sow kind deeds, sow patience. Some soil will reject, some will wait for rain before cracking open. Keep sowing. I also remind you of quiet discipline, the fence that shields vision from the toxic winds of pride. Choose one or two who are mature in faith, to share with, to question you, to advise you. Ask before each decision, does this draw me nearer to love or away from it? If a vision pulls you away from community, if a mission makes you despise the weak, you have strayed. A vision from me always draws you back into the body, compels you to bow lower, to lift others higher, not to climb above them, so they must stoop beneath you. And do not forget the rhythm of rest. You are not the savior of the world. I am. There will be days when all you need to do is sit still, close your eyes in my embrace, like a child resting their head on a father's chest. Rest is not neglect of duty. It is how you remember who carries the heaviest part. From that rest you will return with clearer eyes, a warmer voice, gentler hands. When your heartbeat aligns with peace, your service will endure. You will learn the art of silence at the right time. Not everything seen must be spoken. Some revelations are meant for the secret place. Let prayer ferment what I reveal to you, as dough needs time to rise. When the time comes, words will find their own way. Until then, discretion keeps the light gentle like a candle cupped in the hand so the wind cannot snuff it out. I know accusations will be hurled at you, fabricator, useless dreamer, braggart of unseen things. Do not answer thorn with thorn. Remember, the fig tree never argues about its fruit, it simply bears it. Let the seasons of your fruit speak for you. A life lifted up, a small justice, restored, a dim room lit by a song of praise. These are the kinds of voices that mockery cannot silence. When you walk into places thick with pain, carry three things with you: gentle eyes, clean hands, and a teachable heart. Gentle eyes so that others dare to lift their gaze, clean hands so you may touch wounds without infecting them further, and a teachable heart so you may understand that every person is a book not yet finished. Ask more than you advise, listen more than you preach. Healing often arrives as a whisper, not as thunder. And when you encounter beauty, do not be afraid to rejoice greatly. Set a wide table of thanksgiving, call your friends, show them the blushing sky. Teach the young ones to say thank you before a loaf of warm bread. Gratitude is the belt that keeps the armor of faith from loosening. A thankful heart rarely falls into despair, for it remembers well the familiar paths of grace. My child, I am not sending you into the world as a critic, but as a keeper of hope. You will see what is wrong, correct it by doing what is right. You will hear poison, answer it with kind words. You will feel coldness, warm it with your nearness. Do the small things before you. Do not wait for the grand ones. A door held open, a seat, willingly given, a message sent at the right time. Such things, when placed in my hands, become the seeds of coming change. Finally, remember this as our covenant: the vision you bear is not a calling card but a vow. It binds you to my word, to my people, to the corners of the earth where I send you. When storms rise and the sky grows dark, you will still smile, not because you take suffering lightly, but because you have already glimpsed the dawn reflected in my eyes. Let your life be a sermon longer than any eloquent speech. Let your manner of living be the melody that skeptics cannot ignore. Let the peace you carry be the fragrance that makes even mockers pause. Go now, my child. Look deeply, love steadfastly, speak truthfully, rejoice freely, rest rightly, and walk steadily. Waste not a single heartbeat proving yourself. Sow faithfully, for I am the Lord of the harvest. One day those who once mocked will come to the light in you, not because you won the argument, but because you patiently shone. And in that day you will know that what I spoke from the beginning was true. Your life, not your defense, is the most radiant proof of what I have shown you. My beloved one, I will give you eyes that recognize my timing, not the timing of men which is measured by clocks and calendars, but the timing of eternity marked by perfection within my design. Those eyes will help you understand that everything in your life, whether early or late, unfolds within a divine sequence written before your first cry. I will teach you that delay is never denial. When you pray and see no answer at once, do not think I have forgotten. Some prayers require time to ripen, just as a seed must rest in the soil long enough for its shell to break so life can emerge. If I were to answer too soon, the blessing could become a burden. But when I come in my hour, it will bring a fullness beyond all you imagined. You will learn that closed doors are not punishment but protection. I do not shut doors to wound you, but to guard you from paths that would destroy your soul. There are places you long to enter, where I have already seen the snares laid ahead. There are people you think you need, but I know they would draw you from the light. So when a door closes, stop knocking in frustration. Breathe and remember I am guiding you to another door, one that opens to peace, not sorrow. Every time I say not yet, I am really saying wait, for the best is still to come. And my child, what you call loss may in truth be the soil from which the greatest things grow. You see a grain of wheat buried and think it dead, but it is beginning its journey toward abundance. So it is with you. What seems an ending is often the dawn of new life. When something precious is taken, ask me, Lord, what seed is this planting within me? For I never take without preparing to give more. The tears you shed today are watering tomorrow's field of blessing. The pain you endure is tilling the ground where your faith will stand stronger than before. When the eyes of the Spirit are opened, you will no longer be shaken by what seems to be collapsing. You will begin to see that the falling towers are merely the old shells of what I am renewing. When everything around you appears to be breaking apart, I am quietly building something more enduring in the hidden places. Like a great artist, I do not paint only with bright colors, but also with shades of darkness to make the light stand out. When your life seems like a canvas stained with uncertainty, be patient, for the masterpiece I am crafting is still in progress. One day you will look back and whisper, "So this is what it all meant." Even within your own life, you will see my hand appear in places you never expected. You will look back on the tangled years and realize that I was arranging everything all along. When you think you met someone by chance, it was I who ordained that meeting long before. When you lost your way and thought I was silent, I was guiding you through winding paths to spare you from dangers unseen. There is no such thing as coincidence. My child, only eyes not yet opened to recognize my fingerprints working in every detail. I know there will be days when your journey feels long, steep, and exhausting. There will be nights when you sit in the desert, eyes blurred with tears, whispering, "How much farther can I go?" But my child, it is in those moments when you cannot see clearly that I am closer than ever. When your vision is clouded by tears, I will be the hand that wipes your eyes. When you have no strength left to lift your gaze, I will stoop down so you can see me face to face. I have never left, no matter how distant I may seem. I remain present in the gentle breeze, in whispered prayers, and in silent tears. Remember, this tears never cloud spiritual vision when you let me wipe them away. Every tear that falls becomes a new lens through which you will see the world with compassion and mercy. Through pain, you learn to see with the heart, not merely with the eyes. When I wipe away your tears, I do not merely comfort you. I anoint you so that you may become one who wipes away the tears of others. Your tears are never wasted, for they wash the eyes of your spirit, making them clearer and purer. There will be times when you feel that I have come too late, yet you will soon see that I am never late. You will understand that I arrive precisely when you are ready to receive the blessing you once prayed for. Some blessings require patience as their foundation, for if they come too soon, they will crumble under the weight of haste. I am teaching you the rhythm of heaven, where everything unfolds in time, not merely in your time. My child, I know there are days when you want to give up, to close the book on your journey, but lift your head, for behind the thick clouds light still shines. What I am doing never disappears, it is only momentarily hidden. I am teaching you to see through the darkness and glimpse the dawn that approaches. And when that light breaks forth, you will understand that every waiting season, every tear, every shadowed turn was worth it. Remember, I am not only the one who moves through mighty miracles, but also the one who abides in the smallest moments. When you pause to breathe, when you notice a flower by the roadside, when someone smiles at you on a gray day, it is I reminding you that I am still there. Your life is not ruled by chance. It is a symphony where every note, high or low, plays its part in completing the melody of my divine design. And when your journey reaches its final stretch, when your eyes grow dim with years, I will still be there, not only to wipe away your tears, but to welcome you home. Then you will look back upon your life as upon a grand tapestry woven with countless threads. You will see that the dark strands you once despised are the very ones that give beauty and depth to the pattern. You will realize that everything I allowed to happen was meant to weave together a story of love, faithfulness, and redemption. Therefore, my beloved child, look through the new eyes I have given you, eyes that know how to trust while waiting, how to seek meaning amid what seems meaningless, and how to recognize me even when you have not yet seen a miracle. Live as one who understands that every step, every tear, every pause carries purpose within my hands. And as you continue to walk, though the road be long and the mist thick, remember that my light never fades, for I myself am walking beside you, drying your tears and leading you toward the place where peace never runs dry. My beloved one, listen deeply to this, for it is a secret woven into the very DNA of creation. My miracles never follow the schedule of mankind. They are not bound by time, by planning, or by the calculations of reason. Miracles are not rewards for effort, but the outflow of grace, grace born of my boundless goodness. You may wait, hope, and prepare, but you cannot command the moment of the sacred. I perform wonders when all seems still, when your hope has cooled, when your prayers appear to vanish into emptiness. It is in that very instant that miracles arise, not to honor your endurance, but to reveal my power. My miracles often come not when you are full of strength, but when you are weary, not when you are most confident, but when you have surrendered completely. Like a downpour upon cracked ground, they come not by forecast or timetable, but at the precise moment when the earth has nothing left to lose but its final seed of hope. A miracle does not knock at the door like a punctual messenger. It breaks into the night like dawn seeping through darkness just when you believe the sun will never return. I choose to come at the moment you least expect, because it is then that you stop trying to control and begin to lift your eyes in simple trust and readiness to receive. Child, the world teaches you to plan, calculate, and measure, but I teach you to trust, for miracles are not born from formulas but from communion. When you walk in that communion, when your heart beats in rhythm with mine, you will see that miracles are not isolated events, but a way of being. They are the breath and heartbeat of the spiritual realm, where all things move in harmony with grace. When your soul is cleansed of ambition and fear, you will discover that the miracle does not come from without, but from within, from the transformation of how you see, how you believe, and how you wait. Remember this: miracles are never late. They appear at the exact moment I know you are ready to receive them, without losing yourself. If I came earlier, you would think it was your achievement. If I came later, you might lose faith. But I, who see the whole design, always arrive on heaven's time, not earth's. You think I am silent, yet while you wait, I am preparing. While you sigh, I am rearranging the layers of existence, so that everything aligns perfectly in its appointed moment. What looks like delay in your eyes is but the visible edge of the masterpiece I am finishing in the unseen realm. Some miracles come as gently as dew, only noticed once dawn has arrived. Others come as a whirlwind, sweeping away the old to make room for the new. Whether they come in silence or in storm, all flow from one source, my mercy. And what matters most is not the miracle itself, but the person you become after it unfolds. For the true miracle is not in getting what you wanted, but in recognizing me, the one who has always been with you in both abundance and absence. My child, I want you to understand, miracles do not require effort but faith. Not the shallow faith spoken by lips, but the deep faith that keeps you kneeling even when you have no tears left. It is the faith that lets you sing in the night, give thanks in the desert, and love even without response. When you keep loving while waiting, when you keep believing without seeing, that is when the seed of the miracle is planted in the soil of faith. And I want you to know there is no soil more fertile than the ground of waiting. It is the place where the soul has run dry of calculations, where faith is refined by fire, where you no longer ask when, but simply whisper, "Your will be done." It is in that sacred soil that miracles begin to sprout. When you no longer stretch out your hand to grasp what you desire, I will place in your hand what you truly need. When you stop trying to predict how I will act, I will move in ways beyond your imagination. For I am not bound by logic, time, or circumstance. I can make flowers bloom in the desert, carve rivers through stone, and turn a tomb into the doorway of life. You will see sometimes miracles do not come as dazzling events, but as gentle shifts within the soul. It might be the morning you awaken and realize that yesterday's pain no longer weighs you down. It might be the moment you look upon the one who once wounded you and feel nothing but peace. It might be the instant you no longer fear the dark because you've learned that I am there within it. Do not wait for thunder. Pay attention to the quiet breeze, for often it is in that silence that I am performing the extraordinary. When you are weary, remember that faith is not about always feeling strong, it is about never stepping away from me. When you are weak, the miracle is drawing near. When you have nothing left but surrender, that is when I can do everything. For miracles do not spring from your control, but from your yielding. I do not need your hands to create a miracle, only your heart open and willing. And once you believe, the heavens will move again. My beloved child, let me remind you that a miracle is not a coincidence painted with religious color. It is my language, the way I say I am still here. When you find yourself at the end of the road, I will carve out a new path where none has ever been. When you think you have lost everything, I will show you that what is most precious was never taken. It is me living within you. A miracle is not an interruption of life, but the moment life is restored to its divine order. And my child, when you feel you have waited too long, remember that every moment of delay is a moment of perfection being shaped. Like a master craftsman polishing a gem until it reflects the light flawlessly, I am refining your soul, so that when the miracle arrives, you will not only receive it, but keep it. Some miracles take longer because I want you to learn to cherish them. Some come later because I want you to become more like me. My beloved, there is a sacred principle woven into the very structure of the universe, one that you must inscribe upon your heart. The world has taught you to live by cause and effect, but I call you to live by faith. The world tells you to plan, to predict, to measure every possibility so you may hold control. Yet I do not move within the formulas or strategies of mankind. My ways are not your ways. My timing is not contained within your calendar. And that is why I delight in surprising you, not to confuse you, but to remind you that what I do surpasses all understanding. I take joy in giving you blessings you never even knew to ask for. You pray for the small, but I am preparing the magnificent. You ask me to open a single door, but I am building you an entire dwelling. You think I am working within what you can see, but I am weaving the entire tapestry, every thread, every hue, every detail carrying the imprint of my love for you. You see only a fragment of life, but I behold the whole masterpiece from beginning to end. And that is why you cannot comprehend all that I am doing, yet you can trust that I do nothing apart from love. The world tells you that faith means believing in what can be predicted, waiting for what you know will happen. But I tell you the truth, true faith is not born in safety. It is born in the dark, when you cannot see the way but still choose to walk, when you cannot hear my voice yet still know I am near. Faith is not a fleeting feeling, but a steadfast decision, a choice to believe in my nature even when every circumstance seems to deny it. My child, true faith does not lie in believing that I will do what you want, but in believing that I am good, even when I do what you do not understand. Faith is not the loud declaration made in the light, but the quiet breath of the soul in the dark. When you still choose to believe that I am kind, though you cannot see the blessing, when you still praise me in the midst of pain, when you still love me amid unanswered questions, then your faith shines brightest in the heavens. I know your heart longs for certainty, but if everything were explained, where would faith have a place to dwell? If you could see the entire road ahead, what reason would you have to hold my hand as you walk? It is in the fog that you learn to lean on me. When every map you once trusted loses meaning, you will find that I, myself, am the way. When you can no longer grasp the plan, you will begin to grasp my heart. And you will see that true safety does not come from knowing what will happen, but from knowing who walks beside you. The world worships control, but my kingdom is built upon surrender. You have grown used to holding on, yet I call you to let go, not in despair, but for freedom. When you release, you allow me to act. When you stop trying to arrange everything, I finally have room to build. The tighter your grip, the harder it is for what I give to be complete. But when you open your heart and dare to say, Father, I don't understand, but I trust you, that is when miracles begin to move. Remember, I am not the one who merely answers requests, but the one who gives beyond imagination. When you think you are waiting for me in truth, I am waiting for you, waiting for your heart to be soft enough to receive, waiting for your faith to be strong enough to hold what I am about to give. Some blessings require deep preparation within the soul, for if I gave them too soon, you would not yet have the strength to keep them. So do not fear the waiting. Silence is not an empty pause. It is the place where I am shaping you quietly. I know there are times when you feel as though I am hiding my face, but my child, I have never been far. Just as the sky may be veiled by clouds, yet the sun still shines behind them, so do I remain at work, even when unseen. When you cannot see me, remember that I am still moving. Sometimes my silence is the language of trust. I am silent not from indifference, but to invite you to listen by faith rather than by feeling. You often think I reward the strong, but I draw especially near to those who in their weakness lean on me. You imagine faith to be a confident stride, but sometimes it is simply standing still in the storm without running away. Faith is not the absence of fear, it is walking forward despite it. Faith is not knowing all the answers. It is knowing that no matter how long the questions stretch, the final answer is still me. My beloved child, I delight when I see you learning to smile amid uncertainty, to give thanks amid lack, to love amid misunderstanding. That is the proof that your faith no longer depends on circumstance, but is rooted in knowing me. When you live this way, I will turn your life into a living testimony of my faithfulness, not through spectacular miracles, but through a peace that cannot be shaken. And one day you will see that the very delays I allowed, the detours I led you through, the doors I closed, were all perfect brushstrokes in the masterpiece of your life. You will look back and see that I never erred. Everything I did had a reason. Every no I spoke only cleared the path for a greater yes. Then you will understand that I am not only the giver of blessings, but the one who makes all things work together for your good. So, my child, let me change how you see. Do not measure faith by how much you receive, but by how deeply you still believe when your hands are empty. Let your faith be nourished not by results, but by relationship. For true faith does not seek the reward, it seeks the rewarder himself. I've seen you in the nights when you whispered why, and I was there quietly smiling, for I knew that one day you would understand that every why leads to a because I love you so deeply, because I will not let you lose your way, because my timing, though different from yours, is infinitely more perfect. And when that day comes, you will no longer ask, when? For you will have learned that with me, every moment is the right time. My beloved child, let your heart find rest in this truth. I am not bound by your plans, and you are not imprisoned by your failures. What you see as mistakes, I can turn into lessons. What you think is lost, I can use to give birth to something new. When you believe, you give me permission to rewrite every chapter of your life with the ink of grace. And when you allow me to be Lord not only of your circumstances, but of time itself, you will see that everything in your life moves in harmony with the rhythm of heaven. My beloved one, you have carried within yourself far too many burdens you were never meant to carry. I see you wrestle with questions that have no answers yet, and with worries about days that have not come. I hear your sighs in the night as your mind paints thousands of possible futures. What if, maybe, perhaps? You do not realize that each time you think of tomorrow with fear, that fear steals the peace I have given you for today. You gaze upon the future with anxious eyes, forgetting that I have already gone ahead of you. You are trying to outrun time while I am inviting you to dwell fully in this very moment, where I am, where true peace abides. Do you not know, my child, that I am already in your future? I do not wait for you at the end of the road. I stand within every step you will take. I am in your coming year, in the choices you have not yet made, in the seasons you have not yet lived. Even in your final breath, when your journey on earth closes, I will be there waiting with open arms, where there is no fear, no what if. You think I am with you only in the present, but I hold your past, your present, and your future all at once. You see but a fragment, yet I see the whole picture. Every moment you have not yet reached, I am already standing there, and every place you once feared to enter, I have already prepared the way. My child, you were never created to bear the weight of what has not yet happened. Your heart was made to rest, to trust, to beat in rhythm with peace, not with worry. When you strive to control the unknown, you pull your soul away from where it was meant to dwell, the present. You cannot breathe tomorrow's air, nor can you feel my life in yesterday. You can only encounter me here and now. Each time you return to the present, you will find me waiting. But each time you rush into the future, you will feel lonely, for you are running to a place where you have not yet been called. I know why you fear, because you long for certainty to see the path before you take a step. You want to know that everything will turn out well, that those you love will be safe, that the dreams you cradle will not shatter. But my beloved, if I showed you everything, where would faith be? If you knew every outcome, you would no longer need to hold my hand. Faith is not seeing the road clearly. It is knowing that even when you cannot see, I am still there. True faith does not erase your questions. It gives you strength to stand amid them, grateful that you do not walk alone. My child, your worry cannot change the future, but it can steal the joy of today. Worry is like mist upon a mirror, blurring the reflection of my image in your life. Each time you worry, you are telling yourself that I am not big enough to handle what lies ahead. But when you surrender, you are declaring that I am trustworthy. You must choose either to live in the spiral of assumptions or to rest in the assurance of my love. You cannot do both. I did not design your heart to beat to the rhythm of fear. I formed it to echo the sound of trust. When I breathed the first breath of life into you, I did not breathe in a spirit of trembling, but the breath of strength, love, and peace. Every time you carry anxiety, you are shouldering a burden that I never assigned to you. Do not forget I have said, each day has enough trouble of its own. You are not called to live 2, 3, or 10 days at once. Today is enough for today. I am here, and that is enough. My child, let me teach you to slow down, to see that the present moment is where miracles unfold. The sun still rises without your command. Your heart still beats, though you do not control it. The leaves still fall, the birds still sing, the clouds still drift, all sustained by my hand, and so are you. You do not need to manage everything, for there are things only I can hold together. Let me do my part and you do yours. Your part is to trust, to rest, to delight in the grace I have given you today. Do you remember when you once saw a child asleep in its mother's arms? The child did not wonder what its mother would cook tomorrow, nor how vast the world outside might be. It only knew that its mother was there, and that was enough. So it is with you, my child. I want you to rest in my arms, believing that I know what you need when you need it, and that I will not let you lack. I want you to cease depending on your own calculations and learn to lean on my faithfulness. When you live this way, you will discover that peace does not come from control but from surrender. Do not fear the future, for the future belongs to me. Do not worry about what has not yet come, for I am already there. Do not fret over promises not yet fulfilled, for I do not forget a single word I have spoken. You think you are waiting for me, but truly, I have been waiting for you to stop running, stop reasoning, stop worrying, so that you may sit beside me and hear my heartbeat. You will notice that my heartbeat never races, for I am never in haste. I am not rushed, and neither must you be. When you walk in rhythm with me, time itself will seem to pause, and your soul will find rest. Remember, my child, I do not measure your life by your successes or your failures, but by your trust in me. When you dare to surrender your future, you are saying, I believe you are enough. That is the deepest form of worship you can offer me. I do not need you to understand everything. I only need you to believe that I will never abandon you. When you believe this, fear loses its hold and peace returns to your soul like a fresh stream flowing through a barren desert. My beloved one, I have kept you through your darkest nights, and I will not leave you halfway. I have seen your tears, heard your prayers, and recorded every drop you've shed. You do not need to strain to live for tomorrow. Just hold my hand for today. Tomorrow will blossom on its own when you awaken, for I will already be there, having prepared all things. You need only to remain here in this moment, in grace, in my love. So, my child, take a deep breath. Let the burden of tomorrow fall from your shoulders. Let your heart return to the rhythm I placed within it, the rhythm of peace, of trust, of presence. Learn to live in each moment as though it were the most precious gift, because truly it is. And when you live in the present, you will realize something profound. The future is no longer frightening because you know the one who holds it. My beloved child, everything you see today, whether radiant or fading, is passing away. Nothing in this earthly realm endures forever except me. Every kingdom will one day fall, every name will one day fade, and every season of joy will pass like a breath of wind. Yet my love remains, my word stands firm, and my promises never change. Everything around you shifts and trembles, but I remain as I have always been, the unchanging, one through all generations. When you grasp this truth, your soul will find rest, for you will know that even when the world around you shakes, there is still one foundation that cannot be moved. It is me. My child, the world will always change. People change, seasons change, and even your emotions shift like the wind. At times your heart rejoices, yet a single contrary breeze can leave you unsettled. There are moments you think you hold everything securely, only to see it slip through your fingers like sand. You look around and see the things you once relied on collapsing: your work, your relationships, your health, even your faith in others. But my child, those things were never meant to be your foundation. They are shadows, temporary tools, passing means to an end. I alone am the true cornerstone. Do not build your sense of safety upon what changes. If your peace depends on your circumstances, you will always live in anxiety, for circumstances are as restless as the tide. When the sea is calm, you breathe easily. When storms come, despair overtakes you. But if your soul is anchored in me, the one who does not change, who never speaks in vain, who never breaks his word, you will stand firm, though the tempest roars around you. True peace does not dwell in the world's calmness, but in my abiding presence. Do not root your joy in wealth, for riches are like grass under the sun, green in the morning, but withered by evening. Some labor their whole lives only to lose everything in a single moment. Others reach what they dreamed of only to find their souls still empty. Wealth may buy comfort, but it can never purchase peace. It may bring a fleeting smile, but not lasting joy. I do not wish for you to be poor, but I long for you to be rich in what matters, rich in faith, in gratitude, and in love. Do not measure your worth by the gaze or words of men, for they will praise you one moment and condemn you the next. The applause of today may become tomorrow's accusation. If your heart is bound to human approval, you will never know freedom. You will live fearing to offend rather than rejoicing to please me. Remember, the voice of man is like morning mist. It appears quickly and vanishes soon, but my voice, once spoken, endures forever. Do not seek your value in the eyes of others. Seek it in mine, the eyes of the one who has called you precious, chosen, and loved without condition. Anchor your soul in me, my child, and you will not be swept away by the waves of life. When you build your house upon the solid rock of my faithfulness, no storm can destroy it. The winds may blow, the rains may pour, the floods may rise, yet your house will stand firm, because its foundation is not yourself but me. You were not called to a life without storms, but to stand steadfast through them. And when the tempest comes, you will discover the true strength of the foundation upon which you stand. You look at the changes around you and call them loss, but I call them seasons. Spring cannot come unless winter passes away. There are things you mourn because they are gone, yet I see them making room for something greater. When the leaves fall, the tree is not dead. It is preparing to bloom again. So too, when I allow something to leave your life, it is not because I am taking from you, but because I am clearing the way for something new to be born. Trust that every change in me leads to life, even when all you can see in the moment looks like loss. I know, my child, there are moments you weep as you say goodbye to a person, a place, or a dream. But I promise you this, not a single tear you shed is without meaning. Each loss you feel as emptiness is in truth making room for fullness. Just as a vessel must be emptied before it can be filled, your heart must be cleared, so I may pour in new grace. You think you are being diminished, but in my design you are being reshaped like clay in the potter's hands, like gold refined in the fire. Do not fear change. See it as the breath of life itself. For life in me is ever moving, ever renewing, ever unfolding into something new. When you learn to receive change as a gift, you will cease to resist the current of grace. I do not want you to become rigid like a rock in the river, but fluid like water that flows where I lead. When you release what is fading, you will feel my hand upon what is being born. Learn, my beloved, to view all things through the lens of eternity. When you see others exalted, do not envy, for every season of mine is unique to each soul. When a door closes before you, do not be afraid, for I am simply moving you into another room within my greater design. Everything I do has its appointed time, and when that time comes, nothing and no one can stop what I have decreed. Just as no one can keep winter from ending when I declare, let spring come. Remember, my beloved child, I never change, even when everything around you does. When others turn away, I remain. When the light seems to fade, I am still the flame that never dies. When every promise of man is broken, my promise stands unbroken. Do not anchor yourself to what is fleeting, for it will wash away like sand beneath the waves. Anchor yourself in me, in the Eternal One, in the love that never fades, in the grace that never runs dry. One day, you will look back and understand that what you once called loss was in truth the very thing through which you were found. You will see that every change that once frightened you was in fact my divine arrangement to draw you closer to me. And in that moment you will smile, because you will finally realize that I never left you, not for a single breath. Through every season, every shift, and every sorrow, I have remained the same, steadfast, loving, faithful, and unchanging through all eternity. My beloved child, there is one of the most deceitful lies the enemy has ever whispered into your heart. It's too late. It tells you that you have missed your chance, that you are falling behind, that your time has passed, and nothing good can still come. It makes you look around and compare, feeling small amid those who seem to move faster. It wants you to believe that the years you've lived are wasted, that what I once promised has faded into the past. But hear me, child, in my kingdom, there is no such thing as too late. Time cannot confine me, and therefore time cannot bind you when you are in me. My child, I am the creator of time itself, and I am never limited by it. When I speak, all things must align with my word, no matter how long it seems to have been. You may think the opportunity is gone, but I can reopen the door you believed was locked forever. You may think the seed has died, but I can cause it to rise again stronger than before. You may think you have missed your moment, but I tell you this very moment when you are weak, when you think it's too late, is the hour of my divine purpose. For I am neither early nor late, but I arrive precisely when every part of you and everything around you is ready for my glory to be revealed. The enemy wants you to measure your life by the world's standards, by age, achievement, progress, and reputation. But I do not see as the world sees. In this world, people fear being late, forgotten, or left behind. Yet in my kingdom, I often wait until all your lights have gone out so that my light may shine brighter. I allow the old to pass away so the new can be born. And sometimes I delay, not because you are unworthy, but because I am preparing something far greater than you could imagine. My child, I am the Redeemer of time. Every year you thought was wasted, every dream you believed was shattered, I can gather them all and forge them into a precious gem. I do not merely restore what you lost, I multiply it. I can accomplish in a single day what you thought would take a lifetime. For when I act, I am not hindered by human limits. I make rivers flow backward, I cause deserts to bloom, and I turn years of pain into fertile ground for a new season of blessing. So, beloved one, do not believe the enemy when he says it is over. You are not delayed, you are being prepared. When I teach you patience, it is not because I have forgotten, but because I am deepening you to carry the glory I am about to pour out. Some things, if they came too soon, would crush you, but in my perfect timing you will see that every moment of waiting was filled with purpose. I have never forgotten a single promise. I have never failed anyone, and I will not begin failing with you. Look around, my child. When you see others seemingly ahead, do not let your heart grow heavy. You are not being left behind. You are moving to the rhythm of heaven. Every soul has its appointed season, and yours is coming. The seed I planted in you has not been buried to perish, but hidden to bloom at the right time. A tree does not grow in a day, yet its roots deepen quietly beneath the soil. Do not mistake my silence for absence. The seed needs darkness to grow, and your soul too needs hidden seasons to be formed. When I move, everything will happen so swiftly that all you can do is bow in awe. You will not say, "It was my effort," or "It was my plan," but only, "The Lord has done this." For I want you to know that it was not your strength, but my hand that turned everything around. When I enter a situation, it changes in an instant. When I breathe upon what is dead, it lives again. When I speak, what does not exist comes into being. Therefore, do not say, "It is too late." As long as I am still in your story, there is no ending that can be called hopeless. Live in the posture of holy expectation, not waiting in anxiety, but in quiet faith. Wait as one who is certain that what I have spoken will come to pass, not because you are worthy, but because I am faithful. Holy waiting is not sitting in fear, but standing firm in hope. It is not the anxious question of when, but the confident declaration, "I know you will do it." When you learn to wait in this way, your soul will be freed from the weight of time. You will see that each day, whether slow or swift, is carrying you closer to the promise. I want you to learn how to live not in the posture of control, but in the posture of trust. You do not need to understand the whole path. You only need to hold my hand. You do not need to know the plan. You only need to know that I am the plan. When you try to control, you grow weary. But when you surrender the reins to me, you become free. Waiting in faith does not make you passive, it prepares you. It does not weaken you, it strengthens you, because your faith is being refined in the furnace of patience. My beloved child, I see the years you think are lost. I see the dreams you have set aside, the promises you believe have expired. But I say to you, I am gathering them, all of them, each fragment, each tear, each breath, to weave them into something new. I let nothing in your life go to waste. Even when you wander, I know how to bring you back. Even when you delay, I know how to redeem the time. I can reclaim the years stolen from you, turning sorrow into testimony and failure into the foundation of victory. So lift up your head, my child. Do not look at the clock, look at me. Do not count the days, count the promises. Do not compare your journey with another's, for I do not duplicate my design for any two souls. You are exactly where you need to be, at the exact time I have appointed. Nothing happens outside my timing, and when I declare the hour has come, no one can stand in the way. Believe, my child, that I can do far more than you ask, far more than you imagine, and sooner than you expect. No age is too late for me, no wound too deep for me, no loss beyond my reach to restore. I caused Sarah to bear a son in her old age. I lifted Joseph from the prison to the palace in a single day. I restored Job twice over. The same one, yes, I myself am working in your life. And when I finish what I began, you will understand that every waiting, every ache, every tear was necessary so that you might meet me in glory. My beloved, even now, though your eyes see nothing, I am at work. While you think everything stands still, I am arranging every detail with precision, tenderness, and love. Behind the scenes of your life movement is unfolding. Every piece of my plan is fitting together quietly, yet powerfully, like an underground river flowing unseen beneath the earth. I know there are times you sigh, look around, and ask, Lord, where are you? Why hasn't anything changed? But my child, do not mistake silence for absence. I am not silent because I have forgotten, but because I am preparing something so great that if you saw it too soon, you would not have the strength to believe. The roots are growing beneath the soil, my child. Beneath the dry surface, where your eyes cannot reach, life is emerging. The seed I planted in your life is breaking open in the dark, and that process, though hidden, is vital. The darkness is not punishment. It is the cradle where life is formed. Everything I plant must go through the season of silence, for only in stillness can roots grow deep and stems reach high. Do not fear the absence of blossoms, for what matters most is happening where sight cannot reach. When the roots are firm, the flowers will bloom naturally. When your heart is steadfast, the blessings will arrive in their time. The foundation is being laid where your eyes cannot see. You see only barren ground, but I am setting the first stones of a great work. No one builds a house on sand, and neither do I build blessing on impatience. All my works begin from the depths. When the foundation is strong, the house will stand unshaken through the storm. If I showed you everything I am doing, you would weep in awe, for every detail, every delay, every turn that seemed meaningless is joining together to lead you exactly where I have destined you to be. And then on the day I have appointed, the fruit will burst forth suddenly, unexpectedly, and radiantly. Its suddenness will not be because I act in haste, but because I have been preparing it all along. Just as a flower seems to bloom in an instant, though it has been silently nurtured for many days, so it is with my blessings. They come swiftly like a flash of lightning, yet they have been sown and tended through every long night of your waiting. When I bring the harvest, it will come so abundantly that you will not be able to count it. And in that moment you will understand that waiting was never wasted time, but the very process that shaped you into someone able to hold what you once prayed for. You have seen storms arrive without warning, haven't you? One moment the sky was clear, the next it was roaring with thunder. So too will you see my blessings arrive suddenly. You will not have time to prepare, but you will know that I have prepared everything for you. You will see doors swing open without a knock, winds change direction without your resistance, and you will stand there, tears mingling with laughter, able only to whisper, "The Lord has done this." You have felt loss strike without notice, as if a gust of wind swept away what you held most dear. But you will also see increase arrive without explanation, blessings that defy reason, opportunities that no one can account for. You will realize that just as pain once came uninvited, so too can joy step in when least expected. And this time you will know whose hand is behind it all. You have watched night fall swiftly, haven't you? There were nights when you thought dawn would never return. Yet the light always found a way to pierce the darkness, signaling that a new day had begun. In the same way, my blessing will rise beyond what you imagine. It will appear like the first ray, breaking through the clouds, not because of anything you do, but because you chose to remain, to believe, to hold fast to hope. Then you will see that every long night was not an ending, but the sacred time I used to prepare the light to appear at its appointed hour. And amid all the changes, one thing will never shift: I am with you. My love does not waver with the seasons, does not change with circumstance, does not fade with time. Whether you are standing on the mountaintop or walking through the valley, whether you are laughing or in tears, I am there, no farther than a breath away, no further than a heartbeat. You may not always feel my presence, but I have never left you. You may forget me in your busy days, but I have never forgotten you, not for a single moment. My beloved, my love for you does not depend on your success or your failure. It is not built upon what you do, but upon who you are, for you are mine. Nothing, no power, no mistake can separate you from that love. However far you wander, I will wait for your return. However many times you fall, I will lift you again. My love does not grow weary. It knows no limit. It bears no condition. You may lose everything, but you cannot lose me. Others may walk away, but I remain. The world may change, but I do not. You may lose your sense of direction, but I remain your compass. When waves crash, I am your steady rock. When night falls, I am your guiding lamp. When your heart trembles, I am the arms that hold you. Everything else may crumble, but my love will stand unmoved, like a mountain that has never shifted through the ages. So, my child, do not be afraid when nothing seems to be happening. Believe that the greatest works unfold in silence. Learn to be still and know that I am God. Let me work behind the veil, for when I step into the open, everything will shine brighter than you could ever imagine. You will no longer wonder why I made you wait, because when the promise is fulfilled, you will understand that I was never late, only perfectly on time. When you walk through uncertain days, remember they are only the prologue. When you do not see my hand at work, do not think I am still. I am moving in the unseen, so that one day you may witness glory in the seen. And when that day comes, you will know that every long night, every tear, every quiet moment was a thread in the tapestry of grace I was weaving for your life. Rest, my child, in my love. Do not rush, do not despair. Let me complete my work. For when the season arrives, everything will bloom at once, and the world will know that I, the one who was with you in the darkness, am also the one who leads you into the light. And in that moment, you will finally understand this truth. My love never left you, not once, not even for a breath. Thank you for listening to today's message. Remember to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that together we may continue to receive the living words as build steadfast faith and walk in the boundless love of God. Amen.